Today, we're gonna learn and play, sing a song and pray. That's right. God really loves us. God really, really cares about you, me, our families. That's right. God's always right there. Woo! Let me fix my curls. You've tuned into Callie's world. That's right, boys and girls. Welcome to Callie's world. Hey everyone, I have the coolest story of ever to share with you tonight.
Time for bed, Callie.
Okay, Dad. I need to tell it to you kinda quick, so I'll make it as simple as 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1. My dad and I were driving home from Ninja Warrior practice, which was so fun. Yeah, hi-ya! Okay, Callie, focus. Okay, 2. Out of nowhere, a big owl swooped whoosh right in front of the car, and my dad had to put on the brakes fast. And we both watched the owl fly to a tree and land plop on a branch right above us. 3. I was like, Dad, can we please get out and look? And my dad said yes. We got out and looked at the owl, and the owl looked at us. So we kept looking at it, and it kept looking at us. 4. We had a steering contest with an owl. Oh, I guess it was as simple as 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, now that we're home, I have some questions. I wonder, is that owl still out there? Maybe it was flying above our car the whole way home, protecting us from the sky. Maybe it's a super owl, and it just wanted us to know it was there. That's why it swooshed down in front of our car. I wonder. I love asking questions about things sometimes. Do you ever wonder? I'm gonna keep wondering while we check out our Bible story.
It's time for today's Bible story, and it comes from the book of Genesis, chapter 39. Joseph was a man who loved God very much. He obeyed God in every situation, and Joseph got into some pretty hairy situations. Now, we already know about the whole bros trading him for money thing. That wasn't cool. But God was watching over Joseph, and even in that situation, Joseph did very well. He became one of his master's most trusted servants. That was until his master's wife told a lie about Joseph. That wasn't cool either. She made up a story about Joseph that his master believed. So Joseph found himself locked up in prison. It was another hairy situation, but God was watching over Joseph even then. So even in prison, he did very well. Soon, he was put in charge of all the other prisoners. It just so happened that the Pharaoh, basically the king of Egypt, got mad at the royal cupbearer and baker and threw them into prison with, guess who? Yep, you got it, with Joseph. Then one night, they both had dreams they couldn't understand. But God gave Joseph a special gift of knowing what dreams meant. For the cupbearer, his dream meant good things. He dreamt about a vine budding with big, delicious grapes. In his dream, he squeezed the grapes into a cup and served them to Pharaoh. Joseph told him the dream meant he was going to get his job back with the Pharaoh. For the baker, his dream meant bad things. He dreamed about having baskets of delicious bread sitting on top of his head, but birds were coming up and eating the bread. Joseph told him the bad news, death. Everything that Joseph said about the dreams came true. Joseph spent 2 more years in prison, but God was still watching over him. Then Pharaoh had 2 dreams that Pharaoh couldn't understand. Suddenly, the cupbearer remembered Joseph and told Pharaoh about him. Joseph was brought to the Pharaoh, and he told Pharaoh what his dreams meant. Now, Pharaoh's dreams were crazy. In one of them, 7 skinny cows ate 7 fat cows. And in the other dream, 7 small dying bushels of wheat ate 7 large, healthy bushels of wheat. Joseph told Pharaoh that the dreams meant that they would have 7 years of a lot of food and 7 years of very little food. So what they should do. They should get ready for the 7 bad years by saving up food during the 7 good years. Pharaoh was so thankful that he put Joseph in charge of the palace. Soon Joseph would be the second most powerful person in Egypt. It was a long journey for Joseph, with a lot of hairy situations. But his story reminds us that no matter what, God watches over us.
Oh! So God is the one who is watching over us. See what I did there? I guess all this talk about owls has me hoo-hoo-hooing. Can you sound like an owl? Try it with me. Hoo! Hoo! Oh, can you swoosh like an owl? Swoosh! Awesome! You did great. I guess it turns out you guys are the ones who really know your owls. But I'll get to the point. It's super fun to pretend about a super owl who's secretly watching over my dad and me as we drive along. But God is watching over us all the time, and that's not pretend. It makes me feel good to know that God is watching over me. How does it make you feel? Joseph went through some really hard times, but he knew that God was watching over him the whole time. I feel really happy that there's a story like Joseph's in the Bible to remind us that God watches over us. Phew, I'm tired. Gotta go brush my teeth and hit the hay. That's my bed, but I'm not really gonna hit it. I'm just gonna lie on it. Ooh-wee! I'm gonna sleep so good knowing God is watching over me. Thanks for learning and growing with me, friends. Bye!
What is this?
What? It's Crazy Coat Day.
Wow. Nice.
It's not every day I look this good, I have to say, Emma, but when it's Crazy Coat Day, you gotta go. Well played.
Right?
And I'm Jay. Last time we pressed play, Emma and I had the chance to live out a dream of hosting and co-hosting a late night talk show.
Right? It was so cool. Our guest was Billy the Brobot, who calculated good and bad by what was bra and unbra.
I thought he was very professional in helping us understand the story of Joseph, or as I like to call him, Broseph.
Stop, please. Anyway, I think it would be cool to talk to Joseph himself. It would be so fun to see that fancy coat that his dad made for him. Do you think it looked like this?
Maybe, but I bet it looked like this.
I think it'll look more like this one.
Well, I guess there's only one way to solve this. Crazy Coat Catwalk!
That was fun, but I think there's another way to find out what Joseph's coat was actually like. You thinking what I am?
Absolutely. Sorry, last one.
Thank you. 3, 2, 1, press play! Bro! Good evening, wonderful audience. Our guest tonight you might recognize as one of the most fashionable Bible characters of all time. Everyone, please welcome Joseph!
I brought gifts.
Oh!
This is for you.
Wow.
And for you. There you go.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for being with us, Joseph.
You're welcome.
You look great. Love your outfit.
Thank you, thank you. This is from my new clothing line I have coming out. It's called Technicolor.
Ooh, wow.
Fantastic.
What is the inspiration behind the clothes you make?
Oh, well, I wanted to make clothing specifically for all kids out there who are their parents' favorite and want their siblings to know it.
That's a very specific audience. And you have a book coming out, correct?
That's correct. It's called Daddy's Fave, My Side of the Story.
Wow, sounds like a good read. Could you give us a little preview?
Yes, please. Oh,
Sure.
We have a copy right here.
Oh, sweet. Officially, I have to tell you that you can read the story in the book of Genesis, chapters 39 through 41. But if you want to pick up my book today, you'll also receive a free Technicolor Dreamcoat of your very own.
Wow.
Anyway, my story is crazy. After my brothers sold me, I was taken to Egypt where I served a man named Potiphar. Potiphar was one of Pharaoh's officials. Sounds pretty bad, right? Sold into servitude in Egypt by my very own brothers. But I always knew God was watching over me. Because of that, Potiphar loved me. I mean, loved me. So he put me in charge of the whole household. But then, something bad happened.
Oh.
Potiphar's wife started liking me a little too much. I turned her down and, oh boy, she did not like that. So she got so upset, she told her husband a lie about me liking her too much.
Joseph.
Potiphar believed her, and I got thrown in jail. Seems pretty bad, right? But God was watching over me. That kind of becomes the theme of the book. That and super dope clothing, of course.
Of course.
Because God was watching over me, I was put in charge of all that went on in prison. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Then one day, both the cupbearer and the baker for the Pharaoh got thrown into the same prison I was. And on the same night, both had crazy dreams. They both wanted to know what their dreams meant, and it just so happens that I can interpret their dreams. That's true.
Unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
You better believe it. So I told them both what their dreams meant. For the cupbearer, it was all good. I mean, all good. He was gonna get his job back. For the baker, not so much. I won't get into it, but let's just say he baked his last batch of blueberry muffins, if you know what I mean.
Oh. Sounds delicious.
Jay, insensitive.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Unfortunately, the cupbearer forgot me until Pharaoh himself had dreams that needed to be interpreted. Then the cupbearer remembered me, and I was brought to the Pharaoh. I made sure to tell him that it wasn't because of me that I knew what his dreams meant. It was because of God. I told Pharaoh that his dreams meant there would be 7 years abundance. That means a lot of food.
Preach.
And 7 years after, a famine. That means no food.
Don't preach.
Because I told Pharaoh what his dreams meant, Egypt would prosper even in a famine. Because God was watching over the whole situation, Pharaoh loved me and put me in charge of basically all of Egypt.
Whoa.
You know, maybe instead of Daddy's Fave, my side of the story, I should have named my book, God Watches Over Us.
Oh, well, you know what that means, folks. That's all the time we have for today. Give it up for Joseph! He's a pretty cool dude. Check out his book, which he will hopefully be changing the name of to God Watches Over Us. Time for the secret handshake. Bye-bye, folks!
Fantastic, fantastic.
What's up, Jay?
Oh, nothing. I just miss our crazy coats. Let me see. Nah.
Let me try.
Wait. Hello? How did you? All right.
Well, friends, Jay and I got to live out our dream again today of being host and co-host of a late night talk show. We had Joseph as our guest, and he told us all about how God watched over him, just like God watches over us. Jay, you know what time it is?
Time to
Drop the verse. Oh, It's time to drop the verse. It's time to drop the verse. Here we go, here we go, here we go. By day the Lord directs his love. At night his song is with me. Psalm 42:8. Psalm 42:8.
What?
By day the Lord directs his love. At night his song is with me. Psalm 42:8. Psalm 42:8. By day the Lord directs his love. At night his song is with me. Psalm 42:8.
Psalm 42:8.
Psalm 42:8. By day, the Lord directs his love. At night, his song is with me.